Think Big. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. So we're back. We actually had a conversation earlier, an earlier recording. For those that would catch this when we produce this and push this out, just remember, we had a recording earlier, and that's why I say we're back. We are back with Mr. Rudy McComb, and we're here to talk about Think Big, Think Big. Let me say it right. Think Big. New exciting times. New people, new faces, new journey in life. And let's get into it. Who is Rudy McComb?
So Rudy McComb is a father, a sysadmin. I'm a lover of all things tech, Howard University graduate. And my job at this point is to add value
All right.
to every space that I enter.
All right. Nothing wrong with adding value. Now the question is, what is Think Big? Where did this idea come from? What is this new journey that you're on?
Sure thing. It's a great question. So Think Big is a professional services managed service provider consultancy. And we focus around the space of cloud native and Kubernetes. We started off 2009 as a web development shop. The impetus for starting it was really to bring in a level of customer service into what was then web development. Since that was kind of the big thing when we started it back in California. And over the years, it's taken different turns or whatnot, but we relaunched during the pandemic, during COVID. And we relaunched specifically around Kubernetes and cloud native. And that work started around 2016. I'm a former Mirantis engineer. So I was previously leading the US support team for Mirantis, doing OpenStack and the telecom vertical. So working with Reliance Geo, T-Mobile, Vodafone, Cisco, Verizon, and AT&T, building out their OpenStack cloud, their private clouds at the time. And the company pivoted to Kubernetes around 2015 or so, 2016, and also pivoted my own company around that, just due to all the information I was seeing about how Kubernetes enabled not just private cloud, but enable you to run applications with resiliency and scale, while also being able to make sure that your application was always available through upgrades. And if you've ever worked with OpenStack, Kubernetes really kind of took off as Project Cola. And it was a unique way to upgrade the OpenStack components. OpenStack is primarily based on Python. And so it was a pain in the butt to the point where people would just deep six their OpenStack clusters and build a brand new one. Project Cola came around, and Cola enabled you to go ahead and upgrade OpenStack in a microservice fashion. And then basically everybody was off and running with Kubernetes and the promises of containers in the cloud.
Got you. And Think Big for you means what?
Think Big for me means a new way of doing business when it comes to cloud consultancy. It means bringing in excellence, thinking big about the problems, but thinking big, not just about the solution, but the outcome, right? Everything from the tech that we build to the customers that we serve and the people who work for us, right? From administration all the way down to engineers, and making sure that we're all redefining and rethinking about the problems and recontextualizing them in order to bring the best outcome to our clients.
Got you. Now, I know this is a new journey for you, and I'm excited for you. I forgot to put my applause, round of applause.
Thank you.
With a hand clap.
It's definitely been a journey.
Right. And with that being said, on that journey, you've also reached out to others. Those that don't know, I'm also a part of the team. I'm Tamika Reed.
Yep.
You've probably seen me out and about with Women in Linux as well. Rudy and I go back to O'Reilly. I think it was I don't know if that was 2015, 2017, something like that.
2017, yeah.
Yeah, 2017. And we've been going back and forth on partnerships and conferences and what have you. I've since joined Think Big to be the director of public sector and technology. Where we're going after what we always talk about, government contracts.
Yep.
There's no need to have money just laying on the table and nobody there to reach their hand into the pot and get it. So I'm trying to get
That's right.
the hand into the pot. Let me not say
That's
try.
right.
Let's say we are putting our hand in the pot to
Yep, we are.
all right. And since I have been added, there have been others that have been added, and so we're continuously growing. So what does that growth look like? Who all else have you added on to the team?
Sure. So first, I want to say we are super excited to have you on board. With your experience in public sector, we definitely needed that knowledge from a technical standpoint and understanding how to build at the cadence and at the speed of public sector. And some people say, "Oh, it's slow." It's not slow. There's different compensating controls. There's different things you have to take into consideration. So things move at the pace that they move. But at no point compromising on the quality of those systems, applications, and services that run on federal networks. We added Kristen Coway. She comes to us from Dell. She is leading all of our sales efforts. She has been a phenomenal addition to the team. And then we also have a couple other new additions. We'll announce those in the upcoming weeks. Since we're still trying to iron some things out. But again, added to the public sector to really shore up our offerings and make sure we're coming in with people who know that industry, who know the players, who understand the who, what, when, where, and why, on how to get these projects cleared and get the ball rolling. So that way we're set up for growth and excellence.
Right. And I know we've since updated the website, so not just public sector, but insurance.
No. Yep.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Every place you could think of, we're gonna dip a toe, put an elbow,
Absolutely.
dip a hand, something's going in there, and we're gonna pull out something, right?
Absolutely.
And with that being said, too, the growth of the company and the team, and now strategic partnerships. Can you add on to the strategic partnerships that have come about over the past couple of months? The names and the why of those particular companies.
Sure. So super excited about these partnerships. So we started off 2022 with Tigera. Tigera is a leader when it comes to service mesh and basically all things Calico. So those great people over there, they really have brought imagination and ingenuity to being able to deploy and manage and really direct the open source project that is Calico. And if you're familiar with Istio, Calico is another one of those projects in that space. So we partnered with them. As the year wound up, we also went ahead and partnered with Run AI. Run AI is a leader in basically allowing people who do ML workloads on Kubernetes to use artificial intelligence to efficiently run those workloads and get the best bang for their buck, right? You're using GPU nodes, they're very expensive. And instead of just tossing workloads on them, Run AI has a product offering that we feel is best in class that allows you to take full advantage of that GPU and all of the resources that it brings you. We also went ahead and partnered with KubeCon. KubeCon is a leader in cost visibility within Kubernetes. It's offered for free from AWS or whenever you are spinning up an EKS cluster. And even though it's the free version, KubeCon Enterprise allows you to have data retention. It also allows you to connect the cost inspection to your other cloud resources. So whether you're in AWS, whether you're in Azure, you're in GCP, I also believe they do Ali Cloud as well. You can not just get a picture of that cluster, but the databases, right? The Lambda functions, the other EC2s, the VPC. So you have a full picture, full comprehensive picture of what you're spending each month, and probably down to the day of how much your Kubernetes cluster is costing you. So that way you can also right size it, right? We don't just want to be putting workloads on Kubernetes. We want to make sure that they're right sized, they're efficient, and that's where KubeCon comes in. The last thing I would add is that we signed a really, really great partnership with Rafe Systems. Rafe Systems, they are best in class with providing a single pane of glass for everyone from the engineering level all the way up to management on your Kubernetes cluster. So if you want to see all of your clusters, you want to see the namespaces, you want to see the pods, you can do that with Rafe. Rafe really picks up where Rancher sort of left off after the acquisition. Rancher is a great application, but Rafe is in a whole other category in terms of allowing multi-tenancy, the controllers, the level of force multiplication that it allows you to do, right? Even tying into GitOps, ties into Terraform. You can adopt clusters, deploy clusters. If you have not used Rafe before, you're familiar with Tanzu, I highly encourage you to check out our partner page on ThinkBig.com/Rafe/KubeCost, Run AI /Tigera and Calico. But when you check out the page for Rafe, you'll also see links to videos that we'll be putting out on how to use Rafe, on how to use KubeCost, how do you spin up clusters in the different cloud providers. And I think you'll be very impressed with what you see and the services that we offer to go along with those best-in-class products.
Yep, I can't wait till those videos start dropping on how to use. I was just sitting here thinking, I was like, man, I never deployed to Alibaba. I haven't deployed to Alibaba yet. I was like, that is a good, Alibaba, DigitalOcean, like just the off brand. And when I say off brand, don't get me wrong, I'm talking about everyday people that use these clouds, but most people are not using them in production on a big scale.
No,
so
not at all.
When I say that, I'm thinking of the person who's coming up in tech,
right?
And like, I don't have a whole lot of money, but I do want to play with Kubernetes. I would like to play with Rafe. What is the difference between DigitalOcean and AWS? What does that look like? So those tutorials are aimed at a multitude of people, from beginners all the way to those that are really getting in the game and like, okay, I play in all three clouds every day.
Correct.
I would love to have something like this. Or I've never played in all three clouds. How do I manage that? I'm a CTO. I'm looking for something to help my engineers manage X, Y, and Z, because we've acquired a company, and that company
or lay people off. I mean, listen, we right now in our economy. Hey, listen, it's not the sexy topic to talk about. And listen, you acquire one and you let people go. However, you are conducting your business, if you're not using these products, I'm not gonna say one of these. You're not using all of them. You are leaving money on the table in terms of time and resources, where you're either spending too much or you're spending too little, or you don't know that you need to ramp up in this area, right? You have some chinks in your cloud operations infrastructure game, and you are probably not delivering your applications as quickly as possible and as securely as possible to your key stakeholders if you're not using one of these products.
We're going to have to talk about this security thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
There's a lot of stuff going down.
So many topics to talk about. Now, before we get out of here, we mentioned who is Rudy McComb, what is ThnkBIG, the journey, the new additions to the team expanding, and then we mentioned partnerships. What we have not mentioned is, what is the one thing that you want people to walk away from when they hear ThnkBIG? What's the one thing? Or it may not be one thing. It may be a few things. But what do you want people to remember ThnkBIG? When they say think big, what do you want them to remember?
I will say, that's a really great question. My takeaway from that, when people are not just Googling, but having those conversations, I want them to know that we are first and foremost, we're engineers. We're not salespeople. We're not out here just trying to go ahead and close the deal. We actually are passionate about cloud native. We're passionate about open source. We're passionate about Kubernetes. Like, this is what we do. And we've been doing it for a long time. And that length of time is not for us to rest on our laurels, but it's to say we have something to say about the current state of not just customer service, but the quality of applications that are getting built and deployed, the quality of these Kubernetes clusters that are out here, whether they're in dev or production. And then we also have something to say about the engineering. And when I say that, meaning our engineers, we come from all different walks of life, male, female, white, black, brown, what have you. And at the end of the day, we are lifelong learners. We're not out here pushing an agenda. We're not pushing products for the sake of pushing products. We are coming in with a steady hand of expertise. We're coming in having built world-class production applications for different publicly traded companies that people use every day. And we're focusing that time, that energy, and that attention on all things cloud native and all things Kubernetes. Everything from not just Kubernetes consulting, but we do DevOps as a service, cloud migration, Kubernetes management, observability, implementation, service mesh, cloud native architecture, and design, and CI/CD productivity. All of those things put together, right? And when you take that and put that over in the public sector space, we're talking about security hardening. We're talking about getting your clusters ATO, right? That authority to operate. And we're doing it with excellence. We're doing it with care and compassion to make sure that when we put our name on something, that it's going to hold up. It's going to be looked at. It's going to be picked apart. So say, hey, you know what? This is security by design. This is forward thinking. And this is something that other teams will be able to say, you know what? We wish we would have called you all 6 months ago. We wish we called you all a year ago, because we love working with you all. Right. We don't have to be the biggest company out there today. We are focused on growth, but we're focused on organic growth. And we're focused on making sure that we add value. So I would like everyone to think about making big happen, right? That's the hashtag that we use internally, hashtag make big happen. Make big happen in your cloud infrastructure, on-prem, make big happen in every aspect in your life. Look, I was gonna say in your life, but since we're on it, make big happen in your life. We're not out here just taking certifications just to get them. No, we're out here learning. We're out here spreading the information, spreading the wealth, and we want our partners, we want our clients to know what's going on. We want to be able to teach them, as those opportunities come up. And we're not on that whole arrogant RTFM. No one knows everything, right? In this climate, you got AI out here eating people's lunch, and you got people who are sleeping on the opportunities that are here to continually learn. And so as long as the world is still building microservices, which that's not stopping anytime soon, we're going to be here, and we're going to make sure that we have our finger on that scale. And in this industry, that we leave our mark of excellence.
Correct. And that's a good way to end it and wrap it up. I appreciate, you for having me on the team as well. And also appreciate your time today. It's our first installment. Absolutely. I hope the audience got a good idea, and as well, the products that we mentioned and the names that we mentioned, please go look those products up. Let us know how we can help you. Don't be afraid to reach out to us on all social media. Want to drop the social media contacts on for everybody to reach out?
So you can find us on Twitter at ThinkBIG. Is THNK, no I. So THNKBIG. You will find us there. You'll find us on Instagram and Facebook at ThinkBIG Tech. You'll also find us on our newly acquired TikTok who knows if TikTok's still gonna be here, but we got a TikTok as well. So we'll be dropping things on there. And I want to say we're also on LinkedIn. So you'll find us under Think Big Technologies on LinkedIn.
And YouTube.
And YouTube, right? We have the YouTube channel where we'll be posting this. We'll be posting other videos as well. But hit us up, check us out. You have questions for those special clients. We even have private channels where you can actually ask us a tech question and we'll respond back to you. We have that on Telegram. I think we also have it on WhatsApp business as well. Yeah. So definitely utilize us as a resource, and we'd love to partner with you and think big together.
Yep, and no question is a dumb question.
No.
Everybody reach out. Don't let pride hamper you. Don't let pride.
Don't let it do you in.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Remember, at the end of the day, we want everybody to think big and think big with excellence. It has been a wonderful time talking to you, and I hope everybody is enjoying this conversation. And we'll catch you all next time.
Yes, thank you so much. Have a great evening. Thank you, Tamika.
You're welcome.